Hello crafty friends, my name's Alicia, but you can call me Crafty Al. And in today's video, I'm going to be using some of the new club kits from Spellbinders and showing you how I use color cube cards when I have a lot of die cutting to do. I hope you'll stick around to find out more and see the process. You all know that I love my card sketches and pattern paper, as is evidenced by my sheetload of cards. But many times I also make non-sketchy or non-scrappy cards, and when I do that, they usually involve some die cutting or stamping, and I sometimes have a problem choosing my colors. Let me know if that sounds like you down in that comment section below. I can always pick out maybe two colors that go together or a rainbow, because you know I'm hashtag team rainbow, but I want to switch it up and use colors outside of those options. So that is where Color Cube comes in. Today I'll be showing you just one of the ways that I choose my Color Cube card, and then I'm going to get crafty with some of the new club kits from Spellbinders. That's the small die of the month, Soaring Dragonfly, and the clear Stampin' die of the month, Nature's Dance. If you want to find out more about these products and sign up for the clubs yourself, I do have some links in that description box below. I'm an influencer for Spellbinders, and they send me these each month to share with you here on my channel. As I get into the process, I will tell you about products and tools that I'm using, but as always, if I ever leave you with any questions, feel free to leave those down in that comment section below, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Let's get crafty! If you're not familiar with color cubes, they are boxes of cards from Sarah Renae Clark that have photos and suggested color palettes on the front, and on the back they show the same color palettes but give examples of different shades. I do have both boxes that are available, but you can buy them individually. When I choose color palettes, sometimes I'll just randomly grab in the box for the card. I might use a random number generator. I'll ask subscribers, members, my family for numbers. Just something fun to make it unpredictable or force me to use a color palette I might not already. Today what I'm going to do is randomly pick 3 colors or 3 cards from box 2, and then I'm going to decide which of those I would rather use. Let me know down in that comment section below which card you would pick from the ones in front of me. I decided to go with the one over on the left, card 401. Once I decided on the card, I brought in my cardstock swatch ring, which I keep in rainbow order, and I just went through and kind of matched the colors up to a cardstock. Now again, you might not have cardstocks that are exactly the same color, so flip it over to the back to see if you perhaps have one of the shades. I took some time to pick those out, and I ended up going with the following colors: Jelly Donut, Mulled Wine, Pumpkin, Peaches and Cream, Oyster, and Brussels Sprouts. I will also have those listed down in that description box below. Once I had my cardstock scraps, I brought in the die set and I started putting dies or pairing dies up with the cardstock that I wanted to cut it from. Now I will give you a little spoiler alert. The way that I originally cut these, or the cardstock I originally used, was not how it ended up. I did that die cutting off camera, and I did go ahead and layer some pieces together. I did the body, and then for the wings I cut the backer out of white cardstock and put the Mulled Wine detail die on top of that. For the inlay parts of the wings, I cut those from 3 different colors, and to help hold everything together so I didn't have tons of little pieces strewn about, I used some strips of Scotch removable tape on the peach set, and on the other 2 I put a little piece of press and seal on the back. Now if you don't have either of these, you could try washi tape or post-it notes, just something that's low tack. I did go ahead and cut those apart so it was easy to handle them and I could separate them. As you see here on screen, I linked up the top and left wing pieces with the bottom wing pieces, and now I'm going to start adhering these in place. To do this, I'm going to be using liquid glue, so I have some wiggle time to get the pieces placed just right, and I'm going to go back and forth between the wings, inlaying the same color of the same piece. That way I know that my wings will be the exact same, just mirror images of each other. You'll see here I add a little glue to the opening, place the next inlay piece, put a block on it so they can dry nice and firmly, and then just go back to the other wing until I have it all put together. Here's a look at that completely done, and you might notice that the body of my dragonfly is now different. I just like these colors better together, so I did switch it up, and all I did was cut new pieces and layer it right on top of what was already there. For my card base and card panel, I'm going to be using sea salt cardstock. This was also the color I removed from the body of the dragonfly, so it's going to bring some more of that in from that color cube card. To add some texture to this piece, I brought in this month's embossing folder of the month from Spellbinders called Faceted Petals, and I took that off screen to just add some extra texture to this. To help that stand out, I'm going to do some tone-on-tone ink blending with sea salt ink. And all I did was do circular motions around the edges, just again to bring out those petals a little bit. I finished putting this card together off camera. I stamped and die cut a sentiment, and to bring in some more of that green from the color palette, I used the flower dies from the die set. And here's a close-up look at the finished card. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I picked the colors for today's card and put it together. If you did, as always, a thumbs up is appreciated. Until my next video, I hope you're all having a crafty day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch all the way to the end of the video. I hope now you'll consider clicking on one of the videos or playlists I have linked above. And if you are interested in any of the products or tools I used in today's video, I do have some links in the description box below.